Thanks. So I thought I'd focus a little bit on the clinical research interface, and I took out of Jay's slides the sort of where we are now in his red boxes and where we really should be in 5 to 10 years, and focusing a little bit on those aspects that are really on this clinical research interface. You know, our inability today to solve the majority of Mendelian cases. On average, we solve about 20% in the clinical arena when a patient shows up with a suspected genetic disorder. We sequence them, and we, on average, solve 20%. So there's a huge void of understanding today. Most of the variants we come across are the, variants of uncertain significance. And part of that is we have inadequate representation of populations and variant classes and comprehensive understanding of the genome. And where the data is, even for those cases that we want to solve, is highly fragmented. We're digging through publications, text, databases that are not connected and harmonized throughout the sort of global genomic atmosphere. In terms of really getting to where we want to be in 5 to 10 years, where we can really solve the majority of cases with monogenic diseases that show up at our doorstep, where we have a readily accessible catalog of the functional effects of most variation we want to come across or may come across in the critical genes that are clinically useful. The hope to get not only the 0.1% of the genomes of living humans, but how do we get the rich data we need to actually make valuable use of that information? And how do we routinely use both polygenic risk scores as well as monogenic diseases in clinical care? So I took the sort of start and end of some of these aspects of what Jay presented, and then thought I'd try to fill in a few of the things that I think we need to really have in place to get to this endpoint in 10 years. And so I'll just go through these sort of green boxes that I filled in. I think we really need to think about a global federated network of genomic and health data. There are efforts in the Global Alliance for Genomics and Health to really work on this problem, thinking about how much do we try to centralize data in one place versus actually recognize that not all data will be centralizable, and how do we create a global network where we can access data to ask questions of the world's information, yet respect privacy and the barriers of centralization. To do that, we will absolutely need better standards in how to harmonize that data to allow it to be shared. If we're all using different formats for our VCF files and compression and storage and annotation, we will never be able to bring that data together in useful ways. We also, if we're actually going to make use of EHR data, our EHRs need to be better equipped to supply that data. Today, they're optimized for billing. If you ask most physicians who spend many hours entering data into these systems, they don't actually feel that the increase in data entry is actually improving care of patients. It's very difficult to collect phenotype in useful ways. Very difficult to enter pedigrees and family histories, least of which is entering outcomes of patients, which are critical to actually then inform future patients. We also need a seamless interface of clinical care and research. Today, we largely separate these and try to define when it's a clinical care scenario versus when a patient's being recruited into research and consented for such. If we really want to realize a learning healthcare system, then we have to recognize that every patient is also a research subject, and that there shouldn't necessarily be these huge distinctions, and that ideally every patient would be consented for their data to be used in the care of every future patient. So how we go about operationalizing that will be critical to actually make use of the rich data that surrounds many of the patients that we all care for and want to use their outcomes in research. And we need that real-time use of those phenotypic pieces of data and the outcomes being stored in knowledge bases so that they can be directly applied to patients as we treat them. And that cycle of learning is continuous. We need genomic data to be accessible in the routine care of patients. So I think, all in all, if we're actually going to solve these different goals, we need to think about the infrastructure and the processes that will be needed to be put into place to actually achieve all of these goals in the next 10 years. So that's, sort of what I wanted to put out there is some of the details on that clinical research interface that I think will be absolutely necessary to get where we all hope to be. So with that, I think Tuli and I were going to actually, Adam, did you want to try to speak to John's comments while he's flying here, or?
No, I think we should go right into the discussion.
Discussion. Okay.